Hello and we're live. So hello and welcome back to another video on the Garner Collective YouTube channel. How's everyone doing today? In today's live we're going to be putting two videos together, which I did yesterday, and those two videos are on the AO Lion K30 pad, and I also reviewed for the video as well my K20 pad and my Easy SMX pad. So what I'm gonna do now is just put those two videos together together as one and upload it for today's YouTube video. I will also be working on my Chinese site as well as uploading onto it from my YouTube channel as well. And also it's all in the process of trying to get my 4,000 watch hours because I got demonetized, and I'm trying to get my hours back, which were slipping until I started doing the lives, and it's now showing on my YouTube studio that my watch hours are increasing, but I haven't seen any difference so far in that green bar that loads up that tells you, that your watch hours are increasing. So probably there's a fault with that because I'm not seeing any difference with it. But what's happening? So this bar here is done now. It's done it. It's now blended both videos together, and there's the pad. That's the K20 pad, and later on I show the K30. It's a 33-minute video where I'm discussing all three pads. So I'm just going to grab that now and delete this now, these two, because I don't need to do any more now because they're both merged together. Refresh that and then play it, see if it's done properly. And welcome back to another video on the Garner Collective YouTube channel. How's everyone doing today? Into this video. So there's the K20, and I also bought that separately, the carry case. So on the forward now, and I'm going to show you the K30 on it. So that's it there, how good it looks. That's the K20 still. You can see there in the corner, K20 written on it. Here's the pad, I'm in the box. I bought another one of those for the K30 as well. See, people didn't know this, you could put the in there. Yeah, they probably know, didn't they? It's forward. Here's my Easy SMX, my second controller. And there's the K30, that will be a docking station I bought as well. That's the K20 again. And there's the K30 ready to be unshackled. USB. There's the K30. Swappable, I think. Forward.
PC button, let's see this little slider here, but we have something different. Is it what we see different? We have
See, the writing's clearer on the K30 than it was on the K20, but they've still got, as I noticed, those hidden button combinations which the K20 has. So you've got to know where things are to be able to do it, but you can see now it's a lot easier to read in the K20. There's the motor. There's the battery thing there that shows you the battery level. Forward. We've got an RGB on the docking station. And it also switches from the PC to Nintendo Switch. And look, I'm playing Gears of War 3 on the PC. Wow, how do you do that? That's Xenia emulator. I'm running it through Xenia Manager, which is better than a Canary, and also the original Xenia, because you can do things on the Xenia Manager which you couldn't do on the Canary. And it makes it a lot smoother, the gameplay.
Running perfect.
So I'm going to get this uploaded right now then. So go to my YouTube channel, which is click on create, click on upload video, find the video itself, which is here, double click it, get it done. I'm also going to put an affiliate link so that you get a discount, as well as helps me out to get commission. AliExpress, China. So what I do, so I need to get my wallpaper from here, so I need to go to my phone for a second, go to my phone. Isn't that good? My live's still going and it's minimized. So find my wallpaper on this. So which one was it now? Which one did I choose? Was it that one? It could have been that one. Or was it that one? Yeah, I think it was that one's better. So click on share, click on Bluetooth, go to my PC, click on receive a file, click on laptop on my phone. In a minute it will send. There we go, sending across. Perfect. Perfect. So that will be done in a second. Done. So maximize this again. Finish. And then look for that wallpaper for the thumbnail image, which is click it. There it is, right there. I'm fed up of it when you keep on putting black bars on my images. So that's uploading there. So that will be published once I've done my 3 hours on my live. So that's going to be taken care of there. But I can also upload and publish it on other sites, but I'll do the YouTube one last. So that will take care of that. So let's see where we was on this then. So that's done now. That's uploading. That's there. What I will do is I will make a note of here, paste that to there, then look for where I was on uploading. So go down to here, page rows is 50, and forward. I finished off at March 2025. Still got a long way to go uploading all these videos. It can take a long process of doing it, but what's fun is you get to look at the videos that you've done in the past and see the amount of views you got. So I need to scroll down to, which one is it now? Xiaomi R18. And while that's doing that, eat some food as well. So I'm now going to find where I was yesterday and carry on uploading to my Chinese site. But it's few videos which I'm not uploading on there. And that's my money making ones, because they wouldn't work in China. So there's no point. especially the ones to do with Play Store as well. So I'm leaving that out as well. I've still got all these tabs at the very top to check through. Oh, there we are. So go back one. Sorry, back we're on March, weren't we? So need to find March on this. March 2025. Let's check that a second. Go to my WhatsApp. Go down. So it's the one above. Okay, cool. So to start making this progress on this, I've got all these tabs open, so I need to have a look through them and then start closing them down. Every single day I open up all my bookmarks so I can check what's going on, whether it's computer game news or anything else. 5, 9, 11. Oblivion. Yeah. Right. Okay. Xenia. Looking. Okay, then, so that's done that for a bit. Let's just go and check where he was on the Rock Rider video. So, have I started downloading it yet? No, I haven't. So, I'm going to upload this right now. So, I'm going to download this, make a note of the description. Still got a long way to go. I'm only in March 2025 videos, so I've still got a very long way to go to catch up. It's one of the reasons why I haven't watched television in a while, because I want to get all this out of the way. I had someone contact me yesterday on Telegram, and it was complete rubbish. And it's the sort of comments I've had before. Oh, excuse me, sorry to bother you. I come across your profile, and I wanted to ask you a question about this. I've just lost a lot of money. I've been scammed. I've lost 50,000. So I wanted to, let you know about it, to warn people. And I just blocked the person. I've had that before. I've had those type of chats before, and exactly the same type of wording. It's all rubbish. Born. Born. Wolverine. Okay. War in North. Is it done yet? No, it's not. We've got some time.
To hit me with this much nostalgia, because this is basically the return of a game that a lot of people probably thought was gone for good. The Lord of the Rings War in the North is coming back with a new Legacy Edition, reviving Snowland Studios' 2011 action RPG after the original disappeared from digital stores years ago. And after actually playing it again, I think the important thing to understand is that this isn't some enormous remake where they rebuilt War in the North from scratch with completely new graphics, combat, and environments. You can absolutely still tell you're playing a game from that generation, and I don't want to
Load of rubbish.
Today we're going to go back in time, or at least back into the recesses of my basement where I found this mongoose frame. Remember the Arger X1? About 5 years ago, this was a thing. I'll call it peak Pacific cycle. Peak Schwinn and Mongoose, they were releasing stuff. Starting in 2020, they came out with that trio, the trifecta, an updated TAF, an updated aluminum comp. Was it the Boundary that made it the third? Whatever the three bikes were, they were great. They brought tapered head tubes to us, and budget cyclers who could run down to a Walmart and pick one up. Decent geometry overall, some better components. We had wide range freewheels. It was a good time, and just the start. 2021, this Arger came along with the Ledge. You know the Ledge, my most expensive build to date. Project Ledge, still an awesome bike. But this Arger X1, it just sort of came and went. I mean, I rode it for a little bit, and I did do a few things with it. You can see it. One with these silver bars, as a matter of fact. I had a silver on silver thing with it. I called it the Arger X1 Experimental because I was trying out a few things, including a unique silver version of the IXF crankset. But that silver crankset with the silver bars, a budget Airfort. I'll link to my complete build, all my videos on this Arger X1. But one of the things that made this so special, at least at the time it came out in 2021, June of 2021, was the head tubing. This had a 66.5 degree head tubing on a big box bike. from Mongoose. Unheard of stuff. Back in 2021, nowadays, sky's the limit for us. On budget bikes, there is limits though, I guess, because Mongoose, we just don't see that anymore at Walmart. Sad, because Mongoose, one of my favorite brands. History, and it just looks and sounds cool. Another thing this pulls back was I was unhappy with this. I didn't like the performance, the chain slap. It was shifted out all that well. Possibly why it has been collecting spiderwebs in the basement. Oh, it's the box 4. And this was an 8-speed. Always thought that looked like the Spider-Man logo. Tilted just right. You see Spider-Man's face there. At least I do. Spider-Man or not, I wasn't happy with this. And I think it just came out kind of at the wrong time for what it was. Maybe if it had came out a couple of years earlier, I would have been pretty happy. Plus, I paid a premium to get it. I was the first one at the local bike shop that ordered this. Today we have micro shifts, L2s, a lot of stuff that will outclass this for about half the price. And in my opinion, stuff that shifts better. So this Arter, very experimental. Some parts that worked, some that didn't, and some that aren't even on the bike anymore. So what happened? Why did I do this? Well, I needed parts. You know, the price of parts has become super expensive, and when you're doing budget bike builds, it really creates problems. Surprisingly, one thing that's not really expensive is kind of held the same price as these budget air forks. They're about the same. Bucklows, Uding, Bluetooth, whatever you want to buy, still affordable, but just about everything else has gone up. So I had to start using parts that I had on some builds. Many I haven't even seen. Just things I've been working on. People needed parts. I parted out bikes, but I never did get rid of this frame. 66.5 degree head tube angle. And I remember liking it, plus it was a 27.5 bike. And it came, if I remember properly, with 2.60 big wide tires, and that will play into why I fished this frame back out of the recesses of my basement. But the reason it didn't start out Mongoose, it didn't start out Arter. It started out with the Schwinn Axum Sport. Remember that frame that Schwinn sent me? The only one of its kind in the USA, a silver medium. Well, much like this bike, I had to borrow parts used for other things, so that build kind of got put on pause, but I finally got around to doing it. But then I ran into another bottleneck, and it has to do with wheels and tires. These are the wheels that I had dedicated to that Comp Sport build. As a matter of fact, a subscriber sold me one of these. I think maybe it was the rear wheel, was it the front? Whichever it was,
I used to give things away, I did.
Super duper cheap, just so they could see it used on a build. Well, I'm finally getting around to that. I'm sorry, buddy, that it's taken this long. You know, things have been crazy the past couple of years. The problem I ran into with these wheels was I planned on them for the Axum Sport build, nice and wide. They could handle wide tires, but the tires that I purchased didn't fit on the Axum Sport frame. Little surprise, little poor planning on my part. Whatever it is, maybe I can make lemonade out of lemons, because I'm thinking now I have these nice wide rims, and this is a 27.5 frame. I can use these to get this back on the road with maybe 2.60 like it shipped with. Something better, something more awesome, at least I hope. Do these rims some justice. Now, I hate to waste this. It's just been sitting there collecting dust until you don't know how much I had to scrape off of this. That poor seat, it was upside down on the basement floor. And apparently, the last time I rode it, I never even cleaned it. It already has some of the basic stuff still here. You remember that headset? Remember this was 55mm down at the bottom? Kind of an oddball, but it's already set up. Still has the bars on it that I like. And I found in one of my storage bins another silver crankset. How many of you remember that? Do you remember me talking about the silver on this? Just being just a shade off, but it was so far away that it worked. It was actually a good look. And if I recall correctly, maybe some viewers that have been around for a while can refresh my memory on this Uding fork. Wasn't it the Lutu that I had to replace? I think this Uding did just fine. It has an LC lockout. LC means plenty of travel. It is an air fork that's been sitting in the basement. I mean, it is climate controlled. It's dirty and dusty, but it is a climate controlled basement. So this has been in a safe spot. Just seems right to get it back on the road, especially since I can use these awesome wheels, put them on something, and the tires that I just found that happen to be 2.60. So what do you think? What do you think back here? Give this another try. I mean, the budget in me says give it another go and see how this is now. Looking back, sometimes maybe I'd just written something that I liked better. So I think I'll give this another go. See if it was just me being picky, or if this is really not worth buying. Black and yellow Spider-Man. I've been thinking for this seat, because this is the factory seat, not that comfortable. But Project Experimental had other more pressing things that I wanted to put on it. I'm thinking this specific Cell Royal saddle from Walmart would be great here. Of course, I need a different seat post. The one downside of this frame, it is not dropper ready, but maybe this is the case for me to drill a hole, because I do have a dropper that will fit this seat tube size. There's a little hole down there in between this kickstand bracket. Yeah, the kickstand bracket. Keep them on for a while. Would that be something worth doing? Hey, remember these? Remember bikes that used to have these things? Remember how it used to be? They finally got internal cable routing, and then we started wishing. Wait a second. Oh, this does have dropper. This is dropper ready. Hey, decision made. This baby's getting a dropper and a Cell Royal saddle. This should be a pretty easy build, because so much of it's already here. I know I have that part. I have the dropper. I just need to buy the seat. Guess I'll need to buy some brakes. Oh, brakes. Yeah, those are important. I don't see any brakes here. I think I have a set, and we'll work on this bike. Do you have any preferences, any opinions on this? Are you happy to see the Arbor X1 back? Oh, and I did find something else in the muck of the basement. Something very unique. The Turbo Spoke bicycle exhaust system. This thing is supposed to make your bike look and sound like a real... motor body. It even comes with different cards, motor cards. You can mimic two-stroke, I think maybe some different motorcycles, four-stroke, two-stroke, whatever. What do you think? I'm thinking worthy of Arger X1. It was experimental, so let's do Arger X1 experimental X2 for maybe this bike. And put the Turbo Spoke on it. Comment below with vroom. Let me hear. I'm kind of looking forward to this. Oh, and I think I found the wheels that I used on this. They were thinner tires. That might work on the Axum Sport. So maybe I'll get a twofer out of this too. All from just digging out this Mongoose Arger X1 frame from the corner of my basement, saving it, giving it another life, another chance. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.
GTA 6 is already less than 4 months away. We've got this huge extended look coming on August 27th, and now somebody called Hip Hop Gamer, who actually has a history of getting information around tabletop games, has started talking about what Rockstar has apparently done with the gameplay itself. Not just some small the way this game actually feels and responds is fundamentally different from previous GTA games. That Jason and Lucia can interact and work together in ways we haven't seen before. That vehicles have much deeper interactions than simply stealing a car and driving away. And that Rockstar has built so much technology into this world that what happens around you can actually create new gameplay opportunities. And with Rockstar preparing this extended look for August 27th, there's a very real possibility that some of these are exactly the things we're about to see. There's a lot to get into here, so like the video right now to get all your GTA 6 news right here as soon as they arrive and let's start. So everything here needs to remain in the rumor category until Rockstar actually shows it. But he's also not just some completely anonymous Reddit account that appeared yesterday. He has legitimate information surrounding Take-Two titles before, including GTA-related information going back years. Probably the biggest claim he makes is that GTA 6 apparently doesn't play like another slightly upgraded version of GTA 5. According to him, the familiar foundations are obviously still there. It's Grand Theft Auto, it's still third person, you're still driving, shooting, stealing vehicles, and moving through an open world. But he says the difference is in how all of those things actually feel because of the technology operating throughout the world. He specifically talks about AI immersion and the amount of different interactions Rockstar has apparently built around normal actions that we've been doing in GTA for decades. Car theft was the example he chose, and I think that's significant considering stealing cars is basically the defining action of Grand Theft Auto. He claims that getting into and out of vehicles has been extended considerably and that there are things you can actually do while inside vehicles that we haven't seen before. He wouldn't explain exactly what those mechanics are, but described the entire process of entering, exiting, and interacting from within vehicles as something unlike what we've experienced in previous open-world action games. And there are already reasons to believe Rockstar has been putting an unusual amount of work into seemingly basic interactions. The old development footage showed considerably more detailed vehicle interiors and character interactions than GTA 5. And Rockstar has spent years developing technology around animation, AI locomotion, and world simulation would fit the direction Rockstar took with Red Dead Redemption 2. That game took ordinary actions like looting, carrying weapons, interacting with your horse, or picking objects up and physically represented far more of them in the world. The really interesting part is that this insider specifically points people toward Take-Two and Rockstar's patented technology. His argument is basically that Rockstar has had an enormous amount of development time, an absurd budget, some of the best technical talent in the industry, and access to technology they've been developing for years. And GTA 6 is finally where we're going to see a lot of that come together. He's claiming Rockstar hasn't simply spent all this time making Vice City prettier. They've apparently been working on how characters interact with environments, how objects and vehicles behave, how NPCs react, and how the game responds dynamically to whatever the player is doing. Then he gets into Jason and Lucia, and this could potentially be one of the biggest gameplay differences between GTA 5 and GTA 6. We already know there are two protagonists, but according to him, this is not just another character switching setup where you choose Jason, choose Lucia, and alternate between two separate characters. He specifically says, wait till you see how that works in tandem, before adding that there are going to be ways for the two characters to do things together. And I don't necessarily mean co-op multiplayer because that's not what he's claiming. He's talking about the two protagonists functioning together within the single-player game. That could potentially involve coordinated robberies, contextual commands, distractions, simultaneous actions, driving and shooting combinations, or having the other character react intelligently to whatever you're doing. And that ties directly into another major claim he makes about the world itself. According to him, environment effectively behaves like another character. He describes the density, intricacy, and responsiveness of the world as something he believes hasn't been achieved before. And the line that really stood out was when he said GTA 6 isn't only about what you can control, it's about things happening around you that create new control you haven't experienced before. That's probably the most interesting description of GTA 6 I've heard from one of these supposed insiders because it lines up with other recent claims we've been hearing about NPC behavior. We've already talked about the reported social media element and civilians potentially recording things happening around them. People could be filming themselves, NPCs could pull their phones out when something unusual happens, and something as ordinary as a police chase could attract civilians who react differently. Instead of every pedestrian following If those different reports are describing pieces of the same larger design philosophy, GTA 6's biggest advancement might not be any single mechanic. It could be how many independent mechanics are operating simultaneously. You steal a vehicle and the owner reacts. Somebody nearby sees it. Another NPC records what happens, police respond, traffic reacts to the pursuit. People further down the street haven't necessarily witnessed the original crime but react to the approaching police. The environment changes how you escape. Jason or Lucia could potentially respond depending on who's with you, and suddenly something that used to be a very predictable GTA gameplay loop has significantly more variables involved. And then apparently the controls themselves are a major part of this. The insider says people he knows have played a good amount of the game and specifically praised its responsiveness. He went as far as saying somebody coming from competitive games or even something like Counter-Strike could appreciate the feel of GTA 6, despite it being a single-player action-adventure game. That's a strange comparison for GTA, which is exactly why I find it interesting. Rockstar games have traditionally prioritized animation and physicality over extremely immediate, competitive shooter responsiveness. Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of my favorite examples. It's unbelievably detailed, but Arthur deliberately has whipped. Movement isn't designed to feel like Counter-Strike, so if this information is accurate and Rockstar has found some way of maintaining that physical animation quality while making GTA 6 substantially more responsive, that could be a huge improvement to the actual moment-to-moment experience. He then makes a very specific reference to the PlayStation version. He compares what Rockstar is apparently doing to the way Astrobot demonstrates the capabilities of the DualSense controller and says there are certain gameplay mechanics connected to this experience that people haven't seen before. He also brings up PS5 Pro enhancement and claims that when people see GTA 6 running at its best on PlayStation, it's going to be something special. Again, he doesn't actually explain the mechanic, which is frustrating, but that makes the comment worth watching on August 27th. Then things get considerably stranger because he claims GTA 6 wasn't designed exclusively as a video game platform. According to him, Rockstar and Take-Two are thinking about GTA 6 technology in relation to film and television as well, particularly once the rumored user-generated content tools eventually arrive. He compares the idea loosely to Unreal Engine, something originally associated primarily with games that now has an enormous role in film, television, and virtual production. He believes GTA 6 and the technology surrounding it could eventually have applications outside traditional gameplay. There have already been reports for quite some time that Rockstar wants GTA 6's future online ecosystem to support user-created experiences on a much larger scale. This insider claims that component isn't expected at launch, but describes a future where creators or even companies could essentially build elaborate experiences inside GTA 6, rather than simply creating races and death matches. His example was basically an entire promotional storyline existing inside GTA 6. Imagine a movie campaign where an area or experience changes around that promotion, rather than simply putting a movie poster on a building. He compares it with what Fortnite has already done through branded worlds and events, but claims Rockstar's implementation could go substantially further because of the kind of world and tools GTA 6 is being built around. I would definitely separate that from what we're getting November 19th though. Even the person making these claims says the UGC component isn't expected to be available at launch, and right now Take-Two isn't even ready to discuss the next GTA Online publicly. So this sounds much more like Rockstar's long-term ambition for GTA 6 than something we're going to open on launch day and immediately start using. Anyway, for more on GTA 6, like the video right now and subscribe to stay tuned.
Reynolds got the exact opposite, to where it takes all of these folks to go up against him.
When they came in and Ryan had a vision for the story,
His opinion, not cinema, I gotta take a look at that.
That was not kind.
The behind-the-scenes power dynamic at Marvel Studios has officially exploded, and the battle lines between Hollywood's biggest superstars have been drawn in total secret. Robert Downey Jr. has reportedly seized complete creative authority over Avengers Doomsday, taking full control of the narrative, the script rewrites, and the character dialogue, and his very first executive power move is to slash Ryan Reynolds' screen time down to a single, fleeting minute. Insiders close to the production report that Downey has drawn an unyielding line in the sand, demanding total veto power over every single scene, and refusing to let Reynolds inject his personal brand, his highly public marriage with Blake Lively, or his signature fourth wall-breaking comedy into what is designed to be the darkest, most intense epic in the history of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But what has left top studio executives completely stunned isn't just Downey's uncompromising stance. It is the fact that Chris Hemsworth has officially stepped into the arena and publicly sided with Downey Jr. Hemsworth.
Worst actor, your least favourite Canadian in the whole world. Aviation gin. That's disgusting.
One of the original founding pillars of the franchise, has aligned himself firmly with his longtime co-star, turning years of seemingly playful public jabs and passive-aggressive Hollywood banter with Reynolds into a full-scale personal feud that threatens to reshape the future of Marvel forever. The tension between these megastars recently boiled over in dramatic fashion during Marvel's massive Hall H presentation at San Diego Comic-Con. Ryan Reynolds made a sudden, unscripted appearance on stage in full Deadpool attire, attempting to hijack the panel and publicly begging for an expanded role in Avengers Doomsday. Instead of playing along, Robert Downey Jr. completely shut him down right in front of thousands of screaming fans, coldly reminding him that the production was locked and snapping that the film was already in the can with zero room for last-minute additions or overages. Far from a planned publicity gag, behind-the-scenes sources reveal that the directors, the panel executives, and Downey himself were deeply irritated by Reynolds' surprise stunt. The leadership team viewed the interruption as a calculated effort by Reynolds to center the entire Comic-Con narrative around himself and his personal brand, completely distracting from the monumental reveal of Victor Von Doom. That harsh on-stage exchange exposed a massive rift in the studio hierarchy, proving that Downey has no intention of allowing Doomsday to become a playground for Reynolds' self-promotional humor. For Downey, taking total creative authority over Avengers Doomsday was a non-negotiable requirement for his return to the franchise. After Marvel discarded earlier script concepts to focus entirely on Doctor Doom as the central force of the multiverse, Downey demanded absolute oversight over his lines and character arc. He firmly believes that the weight of the upcoming Avengers saga requires absolute narrative seriousness, a vision that stands in direct conflict with Reynolds' relentless meta-referential style. Industry leaks revealed that Downey was horrified by proposals that would have turned Doctor Doom into a straight man for Deadpool's pop culture jokes and constant references to Blake Lively and Reynolds' vast business empire. By capping Deadpool's appearance at under 60 seconds and stripping Reynolds of any scriptwriting privileges or ad-libbing freedom, Downey is making it abundantly clear that the dark, tragic grandeur of Victor Von Doom will not be reduced to a punchline in a Deadpool marketing campaign. This creative war reached a critical turning point when Chris Hemsworth threw his massive weight behind Downey Jr., solidifying an unbeatable alliance among the Marvel veterans. Having anchored the MCU alongside Downey since Phase 1, Hemsworth shares a deep, unbreakable bond with the original Iron Man star, rooted in a shared commitment to traditional cinematic storytelling. Reports indicate that Hemsworth has grown increasingly weary of Reynolds' tendency to turn every project into a personal media circus centered around his private life, his high-profile marriage, and his personal commercial ventures. When Downey demanded total control over the direction of Doomsday, Hemsworth did not hesitate to back him up, privately informing studio heads that the core Avengers team must take priority over Reynolds' self-serving comedy routine. Hemsworth's endorsement gave Downey the ultimate backing, effectively shutting down Reynolds' attempts to lobby Kevin Feige for script changes or additional screen time. The boiling animosity between Hemsworth and Reynolds isn't a sudden development, but rather the culmination of years of escalating personal friction that has finally spilled over onto the set of Avengers Doomsday. The real cracks in their relationship started showing around the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, which famously featured a mysterious running gag of Thor weeping over Deadpool's body on a TVA monitor. When Reynolds posted the scene on social media, claiming he knew the secret meaning behind the tearful moment, so Deadpool within Reynolds isn't a sudden development, but rather...
Let's see this part. Go back. So now.
The culmination of years of escalating personal friction that has finally spilled over onto the set of Avengers Doomsday. The real cracks in their relationship started showing around the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, which famously featured a mysterious running gag of Thor weeping over Deadpool's body on a TVA monitor. When Reynolds posted the scene on social media, claiming he knew the secret meaning behind the tearful moment, Hemsworth immediately fired back with a cold, passive-aggressive response, warning Reynolds that he could keep secrets too. While fans assumed this was harmless banter, production insiders confirm it was a genuine point of contention. Hemsworth was deeply bothered that Reynolds used an emotional Thor moment to build viral engagement for his own movie, framing Thor's future around Deadpool without Hemsworth's input and turning the God of Thunder story into a viral teaser for Reynolds' personal brand. This bad blood had already been simmering for years, escalating during the release of Reynolds' blockbuster Free Guy. That film featured a high-profile cameo from original Avenger Chris Evans, and Reynolds took to social media to publicly praise his Hollywood friends who showed up to support his solo project. Hemsworth, who was completely omitted from the project, publicly called out Reynolds in the comments, launching a harsh, passive-aggressive attack on the film. Hemsworth bluntly branded Free Guy as hands down the absolute worst film of the year and publicly mocked Reynolds for a massive miscommunication. Behind closed doors, Hemsworth was furious that Reynolds was selectively using original Avengers to elevate his outside projects while sidestepping the established hierarchy of the MCU. The comment wasn't a playful joke between buddies. It was a
GTA 6 is already less than 4 months away. I felt like shit about myself since the recording. GTA 6 is already less than 4 months away. We've got this huge extended loop coming on August 27th, and now somebody called Hip Hop Gamer, who actually has an history of getting information around it.
public declaration of frustration over Reynolds using the Marvel brand to build his own independent film empire. The hostility between the two actors took an even nastier, highly personal turn during the 2020 AGBO Superhero Fantasy Football League event, where a supposedly charitable competition transformed into a deeply bitter personal feud. Reynolds crossed a major line when he brought his own family into the fight, filming a video featuring his mother reading a pre-written script loaded with aggressive personal insults aimed directly at Hemsworth. Reynolds' mother publicly called Hemsworth everyone's least favorite Australian and labeled him a no-good asshat in front of millions of viewers. Hemsworth refused to let the public humiliation slide and immediately retaliated with a fiery video filmed directly from his movie set. Dragging a crew member into the shot, Hemsworth aggressively labeled Reynolds a total cunt, declared him the absolute worst actor in Hollywood, and branded him everyone's least favorite Canadian in the entire world. Hemsworth then took aim at Reynolds' career, publicly trashing Green Lantern as an embarrassing disaster and declaring Reynolds' aviation gin brand to be utterly disgusting, exposing a genuine personal disdain that went far beyond friendly banter. The origin of this long-standing friction traces all the way back to Hemsworth's 35th birthday, which set off a series of personal confrontations between the two stars. After posting a photo of his young son accidentally pushing his face into birthday candles, Hemsworth publicly tagged Reynolds, declaring that his facial burns made him fully qualified to strip Reynolds of his signature role and take over as Deadpool. Reynolds instantly fired back with a sharp retaliation, claiming he was taking over the role of Thor because his own daughter had just stabbed him in the eye. What was presented to the public as lighthearted internet humor was actually an early manifestation of a serious underlying tension over character dominance and brand control. Hemsworth has always been protective of Thor's legacy, and Reynolds' persistent attempts to insert himself into Thor's storyline have consistently rubbed the Australian actor the wrong way, setting the stage for the massive clash currently unfolding behind the scenes of Doomsday. Now, with Downey Jr. wielding complete authority over the script and dialogues of Avengers Doomsday, Ryan Reynolds finds himself completely backed into a corner. Kevin Feige and Disney executives are caught in a nightmare position, trying to balance the massive box office power of Reynolds' Deadpool against the unyielding demands of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth. Downey's ironclad rule means that if Deadpool appears in the film at all, it will be strictly confined to a brief, 60-second moment that serves Downey's storyline, completely free of Reynolds' improvisational comedy, meta-humor, or references to Blake Lively. Downey and Hemsworth stand united in their conviction that the Avengers franchise must return to high stakes. Dramatic storytelling, firmly shutting out the personal branding and circus-like antics that Reynolds brings to his sets. The high-stakes power struggle surrounding Avengers Doomsday represents a massive turning point for Marvel Studios. The era of actors using the MCU as a springboard for personal branding and family cameos is officially coming to an end under Downey's leadership. As production moves forward, the rift between Downey, Hemsworth, and Reynolds has created an intense, high-pressure environment behind the scenes. Reynolds is forced to either accept a heavily restricted one-minute appearance on Downey's strict terms or risk being cut out of the biggest movie event of the decade entirely. With the veteran original Avengers holding all the power and standing shoulder to shoulder, the future of the MCU is being forged through absolute authority, proving that when Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth take a stand, even Hollywood's biggest stars are forced to fall in line.
Mongoose.
Hey, no square.
Go here.
Don't rush me.
I'm not. I'm hiding from our children.
It won't open.
They think we're trapped in here. We're still dead.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
most importantly, we have each other.
I saw someone outside today.
What is something out there? It's keeping us trapped.
What did we do?
We survive. This is going to end one day.
Gaming. Get your March, April, May, June, July, August. 6 months now. What could have gone wrong on this math? Oh, I know what the problem is. Damn it. Didn't even see over. Link generator. So now I'm going to make a link for this one. Put the where's no affiliate links for it? Wow. Let's see. I will do this. Clear. Enter. No. Okay, let's do it again. Well done. Meet me. Welcome back to
another video on the GARNER Collective YouTube channel. How's everyone doing?
Miss Man. So tired. I'm working hard. Oh, that's there I can go. Where is my description? We're still dying now, dying. Oh dear, I'm so tired. So tired, you know. So today is that's done indicating though here. Upload, upload. The keys of war. 1 hour left. Hello. Right. I'm tired. tired. All ready for sending. 18-wheeler. 18-wheeler. On there, on there, on there. Okay, I'm looking at and send it. Send. Thank you. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, ghost region of it. Wildland. Wildland. Why is that shifted down? Ruined. Oh, right. finding, so upload. Hello, alright. Hello. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah. Look at all that news. Right guys, I'm going to go in 15 minutes. Ah, so much for there. I shall be back in a minute. I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee. I'll return in a second. Right then, I'm back. Where was I? Right guys, got 3 minutes left and ending the live. For people who viewed me and people who view this later on when it's uploaded automatically to my channel, thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow. So I'm going to finish off the last of the few minutes and then I'm gone. So thank you for watching and helping me with my watch hours, because I'm trying to build them back up again from what they were to what they are now. So thanks for helping me out. Yep. So we've got a few minutes left and then I'm going. So thank you for watching. For everyone who joined, got a lot done today, and there'll be a lot more done as well every day. So I'm going to stay until I've done this last upload, and then I'll end the video. How's this game play now? Look at it again. Nico, there we go. Real games. Nico, there we go. Real games. Open world. Platform games. Maybe. How else? Collectibles. Control. Right then, so we'll wait till that finishes, which is in 2 minutes time, then I end the video. So thanks for watching. It's amazing, isn't it? I always charge my phone up to do 3 hours and charge it up to 100%, and then as it goes down I always end when it's about 20% left. So as soon as I finish this, in an hour's time or less than an hour, I'll be releasing today's video, which is on the AO Lion K30, and I also discussed the AO Lion K20 and also the Easy SMX X15 controller. Right guys, so that is now done. As I said before, I wanted to go once I've done this video. Let's see how many I've uploaded since we started. Let me just check. Let's check how many I've done since we sat here. So go back again, let's count. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 in there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 videos were uploaded. Very good. So thank you for helping me out with my watch hours, and I'll see you again later. Thank you. Bye. Bye.